Hi everyone, welcome back to Linda Needs Faith. Today's just going to be a quick educational video on the difference between all-purpose flour and bread flour. One of my friends called me this morning. She wanted to make one of my recipes, but the only thing she had available in her pantry was all-purpose flour. And the quick and short answer to that, can you substitute one for the other, is yes. You can substitute all-purpose flour for the bread flour if you want to make one of my recipes or any other recipes. The only difference is the texture of it is going to be slightly different. So let's break down just the basics. Exactly what is flour? Flour is typically made out of finely grinding any type of grains into a powder. You can use nuts, you can use seeds, you can use different vegetables. So they have like cassava flour, pumpkin seed flour, chickpea flour, almond flour, and of course, based off of whatever grain, vegetable, or seed that they are grinding down is going to tell you how expensive that flour is going to be. But the most versatile flour that most of us have in our pantry is the all-purpose flour. We use it to bake cakes, cookies, pancakes, muffins, brownies, you name it. It's very versatile. It has about a 10 to 12% protein content. It has a moderate gluten network. So if you are sensitive to gluten, it is a little bit more easier to digest than the bread flour or some other flours. And it doesn't need much time to rise. So if you need something quick and you don't need it to be airy and fluffy and to rise much, you should have no problem using the all-purpose flour. We use it to thicken up our roux, whether it's for mac and cheese or thickening up our gravy. I mean, it's versatile. We use it for baking, for cooking, you name it, in the kitchen. That's all-purpose flour. Now, moving on to the bread flour. Bread flour, I didn't even know existed. I did not even know this thing was a thing until I started baking and reading recipes. And of course, I got it because I'm very new to it, but I have substituted one for the other when making goodies for my kids. Bread flour has about a 12 to 14% protein content. It has more of a tighter gluten development. So if you are sensitive to gluten, it has a higher gluten content in it. So it may bother you a little bit more than the all-purpose flour. Now, because of its texture, you do need to give this time to rise. So this is perfect when you're baking bread, because the texture of this flour after baking tends to be a lot more airy and fluffy versus the all-purpose flour that tends to be a little bit more dense. So can you substitute one for the other? Absolutely. And to throw a curveball in there, there is cake flour that is very different from these two. But question of the day is, can you substitute all-purpose flour for bread flour? And the short answer of it is yes, you can. Now, let's go bake.